Welcome to the Four Corners series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 27th of April 1909. The game's on pause for a reason which I will explain in a little while, but before that, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me so much to think about. Well, more importantly, you also point out my mistakes, and one of the big mistakes I made in the last part was because we're in winter. I picked on a truck and said that they weren't losing speed due to snow, and somebody quite rightly pointed out that they actually were, but as I was just looking at the wrong value. I was looking at the max speed rather than what I should have been doing is the analog speed here. And as they pointed out, the wagon was actually traveling at 12 kilometers an hour, which is 2/3 of the normal speed, which means that little trucks like this, which are only going 10 kilometers an hour, are going to be a real pain in the neck, because it means they could be quite literally doing 6 kilometers an hour in the winter. That means that winter is going to be a bit of a problem, especially when we start to expand. A bit more about that in a little while, because if I come in here, you'll see at the moment we do not have access to any snow plows, which means every winter life is going to get very slow, and that could be a bit of a problem. Now, something else somebody pointed out was the fact that these horse feeding stations, and if we run the snowplow scenario, eventually when we get to the 1920s, 1930s, I think we do get access to a snowplow. And what they pointed out is that the vehicles which obviously run on fuel were visiting the feeding stations to refuel, and they said it was a bit of an immersion breaker. And that is probably true, but the problem we've got is that when you do an early start, you are playing outside the game rules, and as far as the game's concerned, is a gas station's a gas station because it's got fuel in. And I think it's something we got to live with until possibly sometime in the future when the devs decide to embrace early starts, and they may be able to put a fix in so that you'll be able to differentiate between a feeding station like this for horses and a proper gas station. And in a similar vein, what I'd like to say is I would really hope that sometime in the future the devs introduce the concept of coal fuel trains. I'd really like to see that. I certainly know that they were still using steam trains in the UK in the 1960s. Now, what else do I need to talk about? Now, I've got quite a big subject to talk about, but before that, one thing someone suggested is getting some exports going. And I am looking at possibly exporting cattle in the short term to try and make some money, because I'm a little bit worried about how quickly this money's going down, especially during the winter, because I had to bring in new residents to keep my economy going. Now, somebody did post a comment and said that they are literally following along with me with this on the same map, and that they've restarted and had a much more successful winter. And I hope they stick with it, because this is turning into a very interesting series. And I'll be honest, I did consider possibly restarting based on what I know, but I think we're going to carry on for the moment. But if we do get a complete total disaster, I will restart. Now, before we start the actual gameplay, I want to talk about something that also came up in the comments, and that is, how do you expand when you've got slow moving wagons which are also restricted by snow? And the way I've been thinking about it is based on something that actually did happen in the 1920s, and that was called ribbon development. Now, what this is that towns started to expand along the main roads, so almost as a continuous stream of buildings. So what you end up getting is a very elongated town or village going in this direction. I'm probably not going to go for that in the strictest sense of the word. Now, I need to go in this direction because we've got oil over there and coal and iron up here. But the problem is that we can't just do the normal approach to say, well, we'll build a new town out here. Because one, it would take a very long time to build, and two, it would be very difficult to support. So what I'm thinking is to go out in a series of short steps, probably after the oil, because I think the oil is just in here. So what we might do is build a little oil-based village here, which is close enough to this village to be supported, but at the same time we're still going to need to put fields in, possibly some timber production, in order to ensure that the population stay alive through the winters. So what we're going to do is effectively create a series of small villages going out along this line here, at least as far as the point where we can have a coal mining village out here and possibly get some iron going, because that's going to be very important, because I would really like to aim for full self-sufficiency. And another option I'm considering is that if we build a new village there, we could build a new village there, and we could possibly even come out this way. In fact, I could expand this way, although we need to keep this area here for timber. And then eventually, once we get to say the 1940s, 1950s, this will then become a major town or city. And of course, eventually these fields and the timber cutting and all the construction here will be taken away as the city modernizes and upgrades. So that is the way we're going to go long term. But of course, the initial problem at the moment is just getting this sorted out and trying to get at least some heating in and other items in here ready for the next winter, because that could be quite rough, because the problem with these buildings is they do produce pollution. We also need to build the population. Now, another thing I am thinking about is that while I'm not going to be in a rush to gravel the roads, but what I am thinking is possibly graveling the footpaths, because I think if I can start graveling the footpaths, what that would do is allow the workers to get round this village a lot more quicker. So that's something I do need to work on. Finally, we got to the point of why the game is on paused, and I've got a bit of a problem over here because I've got potentially for, I think it's 270 tons of crops here, but I haven't really got the storage here. So what I'm going to do is, I've been thinking about this, I've got no idea whether this is actually going to work. We're going to take this road out here, and we're going to take the footpath out there. And what I'd like to do here is actually put in a farm. But we're going to put in a tiny little farmstead. And what I want to do is try and get this in possibly as close as possible. I need that factory connection. That. And then what I'm going to do is put the road back in. I'm hoping that this will go across there and you can come there. Because I think, based on the evidence of the workers in here, that I feel that what we're going to need to do is actually get the farm there. Now, the next bit could be a little bit tricky, and what I want is storage. And I was looking at these before I started, and we've got a raw stone, I think we got left, isn't it? And what I'd like to do is try and get it's going to overlap slightly with the field, and what this should do is allow me to store 144 tons of crops. But of course we're going to have to build it, which is going to be a little bit tricky. So we got this here, and I mean it needs bricks and all the usual gubbins as well. Now ideally what I'd like to do is get this finished by July, but obviously we've got other jobs that need to be done as well. You see, the poor old carpenter's workshop is going to have to get dropped again, and what I want to do is get you onto there. We will get these finished eventually. Of course, the water wheel is probably more important. So we can now unpause and just let the game roll. I'm going to let the game roll slowly at the moment, because another thing I want to do is find this guy here. What I'm gonna do is, he's unloading the 50 tons. I think we're going to send him to the depot. I know he's got crops on board, but the other thing I want to do is start trying to consume some of these crops in these stores, so that we actually got the space to store goods. So we're going to need to try and empty out this storage here. In fact, what I'm considering is that if these start to run low, we'll steal some crops from here and try and get things going, because you can see at the moment we've got 70 tons in there. So that's one thing. Now the other thing I also want to do is, we got this truck wagon here, and this will actually pick up livestock. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to put you on there, and then we're going to drop you there. Why have you got wagon depot there? I don't want you in there. And then you're going to load livestock. You're going to wait until loaded, And then you're going to go there. And the idea is that we're producing a very small amount of livestock here from workers, and while we're waiting for the crops to harvest, that rather than that wagon just sitting here doing nothing, it can at least export a few livestock. And from a role play perspective, in the 1900s, you wouldn't have had a freezing was relatively new. So what would have happened is the livestock itself would have been exported or moved to market rather than being butchered. Actually, I just noticed something there. Why are you excavator? Why are you? Oh, you must be. So you're actually doing the groundworks there. Okay. Of course, we actually, yeah, I've made a bit of a mistake here, haven't I? I've got that sorted out. I've got that there. I've talked about got the extra storage. So what we're going to need to do now is just work on things. I do need to get this university built as well, but this is working on groundworks as well. I think what we'll do is once this is finished, when the groundworks is, try and get the groundworks done on here. Yeah, actually, what we could probably do is just open hole, open hole, open hole, covered hole, brain, open hole. I think we're going to give him a dumper again. We'll just come in here and we'll buy a dumper. Obviously, I'll just put the dumper in there. Obviously, part of the second stage construction involves gravel. We'll get that going there. And then we'll get this done here. See, this guy's slowly picking up a little bit of livestock. And we'll just see how things are going. That's still... How are you doing? Well, it's kind of going down. I think we do need to get this... How's the fields going? So we've now got the... This one's not quite finished sowing. Yeah, I really feel that we're going to need a farm to get the maximum out of here. Because this one, I mean, we're on the 7th of May and this hasn't actually finished yet. How's the population going? The population is building up slowly but surely. Why haven't we got the crane on it? I think it's the workforce, isn't it? That's the problem. Now, I'm not convinced I've got enough workforce that if I put a bus in, that they will be delivered. I mean, how many? We got no unemployed workers. This is going to be the issue, because at the moment most of my workers will probably be trying to sow the fields here. This one's finished now. Got one worker there. It's kind of ploughing their way through. This is the problem when we've got such low levels of workers. We'll just get rid of that. We don't need that. I'm just wondering whether I can scrape some more workers out of here. I think we can. I'm just going to reduce that doctor's surgery down. Got a little bit in the cinema. We can release some more workers, get things done. How are we doing in here? Well, we've got the minimum at the moment. So we've got that going okay. Do you think you guys could do something here? Why are you allocating? Oh, we got both here, haven't we? Groundworks and main construction working here. Got both doubled up here at the moment. Yeah, we got no workers. It's going to be the problem. Right, this is all delivered. I think what I am going to do is we're going to put you on there, just to try and get you finished, because what that should do is 500 days. Now I think we're going to cancel, and hopefully what we'll be able to do is get the workers onto another project. Okay, we're going to have to suspend construction on all the groundworks as well. Let's see here. Yeah, I think if we concentrate on that. Yeah, we've got some workers in there working with. Maybe we need to get the raw store. I just need the crews to focus on exactly one job at a time. And we do need to get things delivered into here. If we get the bricks delivered down to here, that should push things on. So we're out of bricks now. So really feel possible that I may need more trucks delivering bricks. So let's have a look here. Who's doing what? That's Spain construction. Spain construction. Yeah, we've only got one wagon bringing in bricks. You're after gravel. You're delivering gravel. I think what I'm going to do is nick one of these and put it there. And we're going to get them to bring in the bricks. Because we need more bricks. We also need more steel as well. I don't think I need steel. Got 6.7 tons there. We're going to need 3 tons of steel there. So how much steel have I got in here at the moment? 1.5 tons. Yeah, we need the more. We're just going to have to move everything around a little bit here. I actually exported anything yet? Nope. Don't think we got any workers in here at the moment because they're off doing other things. Wait for the open hole to come here. You're going to come there. You're going to load bricks. You're going to unload them here. Need another 28 tons of bricks here. I think these are probably, yeah, 2.4, and you've literally put 0.00 tons of bricks there. And up here we need just a little bit more concrete and to finish the groundworks here. I suppose in some ways this is more important than the heating. I mean, you could argue that. Wood cutting post. I think we will just knock off that wood cutting post for the moment, because this just needs mechanisms. Actually, I'm just out of thoughts. I think I'm going to buy another crane. Let me just come here. Crane, road crane. You up here. What are we doing? Yeah, I think if we get this built first, it will work a bit better. Right, so all we need now is the workers here, and then this will move up to the next level. And what we can do is take this off of the groundworks. Just let that build. Then we're just going to remove you so that you're not stood around. The workers are not stood around here. And hopefully we're going to get the workers down here now. So we got this built here. Ideally, what I'd like to do is to get the goods, the equipment delivered there. Actually, yeah, we'll go with that. I know it's going to give me a bit of a problem, but I'm just going to get you built there. Right, looks like we got our first load of exports. So we'll just see how much we can make from that. Okay, so we get any 21 people unemployed. I want you down here. I mean, there's nothing else going on at the moment. Okay, these guys aren't going to play, are they? We've got 5 people there because we've got main construction. Yeah, we're just going to have to work with that, I think, and hopefully really do with some workers down here. Okay, let me just, I think that might have made a mistake. Unemployed workers down here. Come on, you can do it. There we are. I want this crane. Is this because we're laying bricks? It's almost like you don't get a crane when you're laying bricks. Oh well, that's the way it is. We'll just keep getting the bricks coming in here. We've got it looks very much like we've now, so we still need bricks for the next stage. So we got the steel. We haven't got any steel, have we? Okay. And let me just see. So your gravel. I think we're going to flip you to steel temporarily. We need another load of steel, so we're going to just flip you to steel and bring in some more steel. So we're okay from that perspective. Get our first delivery of bricks here. How's the? This is growing. This is growing. Oh, this is painful. So I want the workers to focus on these 2 jobs. I mean, actually, I've just had a thought. Got this here, so put the groundworks crew on there. That is so far away that the workers can't get to it. Maybe that's something else I need to consider. How's the education here? We've only got 18 fully educated people, which is something we're going to need to do. So the population is up to 128. It's still a little bit low, but I'm reluctant to bring in more workers unless I have to. Where's the second crane now? Where's my second crane gone? They're there. Where are you? Oh, it says you're here. Okay. You must have been travelling there. See, this has still got 50 tons, so we don't actually consume that much in the way of crops, which is quite surprising. You've got 43. I mean, I'm quite surprised the low level of consumption that we've got here. And again, the population is very, very small. Got 1.3 tons. I can get a little bit of steel in here. So you're taking the steel up to here. You can get this built. That should give me the steel. How much steel are you delivering? 1.6. Traffic jam. Where's the traffic jam? Oh, okay, let me just send you to the depot. Okay, it's this guy. What's up with you? Yeah, some reason this guy was on that. Not exactly sure what happened there. I think I've messed this up, but we got 9 tons of bitumen. So maybe at the moment he can just go and park up for a little while. Let's check this guy. Concrete. There's the dumper. Just want to make sure this guy's okay. Yeah, so we got a little bit of a traffic jam there. This is going pretty well. What have we got here? I think we'll give this guy one more. We don't need steel for there. We don't need steel for there. How about here? We need a little bit. Okay, so we don't really need any more steel. What we need is bricks again. So get you back onto the brick run like that. There's our little wagon here. Let's check the progress of our crops. This is going pretty well. Right, we still need 21 tons of bricks here. We need to keep them moving. What are you doing here? Actually, we haven't checked our exports. We made 193 rubles, but we lost 3,500 because, of course, I imported steel. Look at that, 2,000. This is a reason why I want to get this area built, but we need to deal with the essentials first. Just keep delivering those bricks in there, please. So we can get plenty of bricks into there. And these guys are quite happily working away with there. So we should get this built. So we got 475 work days here, which means that this is going to be a bit tight. I want to get this heating plant built as well. We may have to go into winter with another heating problem. I think the university is going to have to wait, so we're going to have to keep an eye on our average workforce. So we've increased our population by 3. Just don't really want to bring in more immigrants unless I have to. And these places will fill up. 53. Right, we've got max population back in there. The population here is building up. And of course, eventually we're going to have to redevelop these buildings here, as somebody pointed out. Yeah, bricks, bricks, and more bricks. Keep them bricks flowing in. These are dumpers. What's this? This is concrete. This dumper as well. So what else have we got here? And these guys are picking up the bricks quite nicely, and they can deliver to there. And how are you? You're okay. Of course, we've got everything we needed delivered out here, but of course when we build this we're going to need a bus. I suppose I could plan while we're doing something. We're on the 1st of July. I'm kind of thinking about how we can build up our gravel distribution. We've got wood pitch, calcium furniture, a small hot mix. We've got the Gulag stoneworks, but I don't think that's going to be, I mean, it's going to turn 15 tons of gravel. What I'm looking for is the rock crusher. So what we'll be looking at is, what's the storage here? It's got an aggregate storage of 5 tons. So what we're probably looking at is something like that. Although we're going to have to build a conveyor. I'm not sure conveyors are appropriate. What we'd have to do is put the rock crusher. What's it again? Sorry, I keep looking at this. Only holds 2 tons, so I don't think we need to put a link, an extra link in step with the conveyor, because it's not really appropriate. So we're going to put you in there. Of course, we're going to build a mud road. That's it there. So that would be our rock crusher. So what will happen is we'll mine the quarry stone there, bring it to there, crush it, and we'll be storing it in here with our 80 tons. I think 80 tons would be enough to get going. And we need 10 tons of steel for that, and we would need concrete for that as well. I'm pretty sure this will be out of range of workforce. Yep. So I think what we can do is be a little bit sneaky and allocate you to there as well, so we can get the base resources in there, because we're going to need a bus to get the workers to here. We'll be okay from that perspective, right? You've stopped because of bricks, and you've stopped because of bricks. Okay, so we've got a bit of a brick issue. Okay, I'm going to concede game. We need more bricks, and I'm just going to buy an open hole because we are on a deadline. So I'm going to come in here, and you're going to buy bricks. You're going to deliver the bricks here. Because we're already on the 9th of July. And it won't be long before we're going to need workers to start bringing the crops in, and we need this built as well. And of course, what I'm going to need to do is use the covered holes from, and we're not going to need you to deliver anything, so you get up to here. No, I'm pretty sure we got, okay, you've got, how much is on this? 1.9. Okay, we just increase that, reduce you down to the minimum. And I need you. That, no. You to go to there. We're not going to need mechanical components, I don't think, do we? Nope. We're just going to gather all our covered holes together best we can, because we're going to need to be able to pick up the crops from here. Got about 50-ton capacity there, 20-ton capacity there. We haven't made the slightest dent in there, so we really need this rural store if we're going to get the crops in from here. Electricity problem, yes, I know. I need this built, please. So we need 18 tons of bricks there. And quite nicely, we're getting the groundworks done over here. We're getting quite a few part-built buildings over here. So, yeah, so you need to get that built, but I don't want to build this just yet because there's not much point. Unless, of course, no, because there's no real money in this. What are we doing for our exports? Nothing. 193. So we're not really making that much money. We've got population is up to 136, and hopefully we'll get some more workers into here. We'll probably get a few more workers into here, so we'll actually produce a little bit more food. It's just the bricks that we're going to need to get going. Got to keep an eye on the asphalt, the bitumen. We're okay at the moment because we're not using bitumen at the moment. Quite literally just not consuming these crops. Who is? I get the impression that somebody is delivering crops here. Open? No. Okay. Okay, where are you? Okay, cancel you. Where are you going? Oh, you're out of fuel. Okay, I'm happy with that. make sure everybody's got the fuel, because we're going to need that. And we got you there. Okay, I just cut the video because nothing much was happening, because it took a little while for these guys to start delivering bricks again. So we're back in business now. We've also got a few more workers in here now with respect to getting things done. What I can do is over here is we're just going to reduce you to 0, and we can put you back onto the, just going to add you to, we can take the quarry off for the moment. And what we'll do is we'll see if we can get more resources onto the Tiny University construction site. This wood cutting post is just going to have to wait. At the moment we've got the ground crew working on the rock crusher here, which should be good. What I most likely will do is, once the population gets big enough, we'll probably bring the rock crusher online, and then we'll deliver the raw stone to the rock crusher to begin with, and to produce gravel to save a little bit of money. What we got here? Electricity problem, yeah. Just what we're doing. We don't really need this store just at the moment, but we really need to get it finished. And you can see we've got 4 workers in here. We just need bricks. I think at the moment the game is concentrating on delivering bricks to here rather than to here. But then again, the watermill would be just as important. Got that there. How are we doing over here? So we just need a smidge more concrete, and eventually, hopefully, we'll get the excavator. We'll go up there and do the groundworks for that. And then what have we got here? Yeah, I think we'll get the groundworks done on the university, and then what we'll do is we'll work on getting the groundworks done on that. Maybe I should have done that first. Never mind, that's okay. I'm gonna do one thing at a time. This is only going to need another 5 days, so I think what we'll do is just reduce the workforce down to there. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll just allocate this now. Don't know if I could put another excavator in, get another excavator. He's just finished anyway, so that's okay, that's good. We need 4.9 tons of bricks here. We're out of bricks again. What are we doing up here? We need 2.8 tons of bricks here. It's looking good that we're going to have this store ready in time for the summer harvest. And looking at this consumption here, I don't think we're actually... I think we're going to have enough food to be going on with at the moment, which is pretty good. Let's check the asphalt plant. I think what we can do is get our asphalt guy. I think he can stay there just for the moment. We don't have that much demand for asphalt, do we? You need 3 tons. You've got everything you need now. My little excavator is trundling up here. Get things done. That's looking good. We've got this here. So we've got some more. Oh, that's nearly the last load of bricks. Okay, welcome back. We just had another little bit of a brick moratorium. And what you can see here now is the water wheel needs 2.5 tons of bricks and 14 tons of boards. Up here, we need 0.37 tons of bricks to get this finished. And then we should be okay. We've got bricks here. We just need someone to deliver them. We've got another little delivery coming down here, which, I don't know how much... You've got 0.17 tons of bricks. That's going to help a lot, isn't it? There we are. Hey, where are you going? Right, you're off to the rural store. This should be the last delivery here. So that will get this finished, and we're getting pretty close now to this. In fact, it'd be this field first, then this field. No, that's catching up actually. They're all catching up. So we're looking pretty good. Right, this should be the... Oh, nearly there with the bricks. The groundworks is being done on the tiny university. The groundworks is now finished on the rock crusher. We just need another 7.9 tons of concrete here, and we can get the groundworks going on the heating plant, which should make a difference. We've got a couple of workers in here kind of filling up here, so let's have a look at our economy and trade again. So we haven't yet. Oops. So this year all we've exported is 193 rubles worth of livestock. That's okay. We're still pretty well off cash wise. Right, we've just now managed to get this done. Right, all we need now is boards. Thank you, game. Why couldn't you deliver the boards earlier on? Was it because you were totally concentrating on bricks? We've got this here. We're going to limit the amount. We're going to go 100 for that. That gives me 136 tons in there. We got 136 in there, 93 there. So we're still going to get some crop losses, but I think that was just going to have to be the way it is. We've got workers in here. I'm going to reduce the numbers of workers. Oops. Oops. Sorry, anyway, I messed that up yet. Didn't realise that these groundworks are going good. I'm going to take you off there. We've only got the one job here, so I'll just put you onto there as well. We've got unemployed, so we might as well start using them. And hopefully we can get the gravel delivered there actually. So all we need here is some workforce. Get that done. You're building that up. You need a crane. We need a few more tons of concrete here. Get this up and running. You're going to need 12 tons of bricks. You're going to need 10 tons of bricks. We just... 9. What we're going to do is increase this up. Reduce that back down a little bit. 12 tons. And ideally what I'd like is for you to get back into there. We got that there. We got this dressing crawling. We just need boards now. Get this up and running. This is now finished. We got no workers here at the moment because we haven't opened this up. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to open up this so we can get the university going. What I am going to do is just open this up a little bit as well. We can get the workers into there. What do we need here? So this just needs workers as well. This needs boards and gravel to be allocated as well. We'll allocate you to there so that we can get... Okay, you're down to that. Okay, you're down to that. And we'll put you on there as well. So we've got the crane in here, which should accelerate that wood cutting post. We're on the 24th of August. This is going to be a bit grim. Oh, we need the farm built as well. How many jobs have you got? We're on the heating plant. Don't need you on the rock crusher anymore. You probably can't contribute to the wood. So I think what we'll do is we're just going to get you. You can do the groundworks on that. We'll just reduce this down. I don't want any workers in there. Right, this needs electro components. That is an issue. Okay, where's the... I have to use one of our cupboard holes. And you're going to have to buy some electro components. Turn you off. Right, what I want to do is reduce you down to, whoops, 2 tons. And what we want to do is get the electro components delivered here, and then kind of unload them, leave them there, and then send the truck back to whatever it's got to do. Yeah, this needs electro components. Okay, there's a bit of a fail there. You're working on that. This is going along quite nicely now, so we've nearly got a wood cutting post up and running. You can see 180, 300 tons. Is the guy delivering electro components? There we are. We're going to deliver 1 point. I think you can get into there. Of course, this one doesn't have any. What we're going to need to do now, let me just hook this up. Open hole, open hole, open hole, dumper, dumper. You are going to have to go to there. You're here. You're gonna, and then you're gonna go to there. And we're just going to pop you down to 1.3 tons there. You can go off of there, and that means you can deliver the electro components to here. And then we can get the university built. Do we have anyone working here? Yeah, we've got a little bit of power coming in now. Just check my power grid. What's so it looks like we're pretty green across the board. I think we're going to put you down to about. We get you a little bit lower, so we'll keep you on 5 workers for the moment. As long as we're not getting power shortages, I'm happy. There you go. Gonna come there. So we got the university there. That should. We've now got the electro components built now. We need 0.77 tons of steel. We got the steel. That's good. Right, we're on September, and we really need to get this. I mean, I'd be tempted to assign this to a building, but I don't really want to do that at the moment. I'm a little bit worried that we're in September and we still haven't really got this phase finished. Groundworks. Okay, I think we're going to suspend the farm for the moment. This needs 160 days. We want to go and finish that. And then what we're going to need is this is going pretty good. You're down to 100 under 100 days. We got that there. Looking good. We can get the university going. Got that there. Try and speed things up a little bit. You. I know it's going to be inefficient, but I need to send back to here. You're going to need components. Okay. You unload and start. Of course, one thing we're going to need is a workforce on these fields. And this is where things could go slightly wrong. How are we doing? We've got 28 unemployed. That in some ways is good. I know it seems counterintuitive, but that is what we're going to need to be able to harvest those fields. We need those unemployed workers going into those fields there. You still need work with the excavator. 2.65 tons of steel there. Getting through this, get that built, and then we can start pulling in some harvesting some logs, which will offset some of our outgoings. Just wondering whether it's worth having these workers in here, but it is a small income. We've got 9 workers there. Right, and what I'm going to do is we're just going to play till the university's finished, and then that's where I'm going to call it. We've got 22 days to go, because I want to make sure that I set up the university so that we don't, although it says missing steel and boards, well, looks like we're going to get the steel and the boards delivered at the same time. Hopefully this will, yeah, go on, you can do it, guys. There we are. And then we're just going to get that built, and then down here, so let's have a little bit of a race. Going to strike. Who's going to finish first? There we are, the wood cutting post. It's going to reduce the workforce down because we don't have anything there. And we got the fuel on auto purchase. It's starting to annoy me. I think it's, oops, no, sorry. Right, we've got here, I'm going to reduce the right down. Students waiting for party officials. Right, we've got a workforce there. This is built, and I'm just going to pause and we're just going to have a little bit of an appraisal, and then I'll call it for the video. We got this here. We've started. We got some workers in here starting to pick up this. We're starting to get some crop deliveries here. I need you. We're going to assign you to there. Load. Drop off there. Actually, no. Off there. Move you. We've got you working there. Going to get 2 delivering there. You're harvesting. You've still got a little bit. My instinct is, can I find any more covered holes? You're concrete. You're concrete. They're not covered holes. I don't think I've got any more covered hole vehicles. Have a look. Bumper, concrete, open holes. Okay. What I'm going to do is send this guy here. We're going to drop the workforce off of here. Put workforce to 0. You're going to be far better used shipping out the crops over here. So you're getting there. Got 4 tons in there. We've got 35 tons in there. We've still got 50 tons in here. Wow. What I'm just going to do is let that wagon come down. Where are you going? Okay, we just keep an eye on you. Question is, do I buy another covered hole? I think I will. I'm just going to come in here. Yeah, I think we're at a point now where I'll just grab you, get you rolling as well, and then we'll get you on that field, picking up, popping off that field. Of course, this guy's got to go and get some fuel. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we'll pick up exactly where I've left off now, and we'll see how much we can get in the way of crops. And of course, we got the heating plant to build here. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.